So what's going on, guys? I am Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another video where today we're going to be talking about Season 3, the zombies content especially, although we're just going to go over everything quickly. But there are a few important topics I want to talk about, a lot of frustration in the community. But let's get into Season 3 as a whole first. There will be timestamps on this video if you just want to skip to a specific topic. I haven't actually gone over this on the channel already, so for those of you who haven't seen it, this is the Season 3 roadmap up on screen now. The season will begin on April the 22nd, although events will start happening tomorrow on the 21st. That is when Season 2 ends and Season 3 begins on the next day. There is a ton of content for multiplayer actually. New 6v6 maps, a new multi-team map, some brand new modes, score streaks. There will be big updates to Warzone as we know. We all thought originally Warzone will be getting a brand new map which would be the Jura Mountains from Treyarch, but somewhere along the line that was cancelled and we're now sticking with the Warzone map, or at least the same layout, but we are going back to the 1980s and some locations will be different. So it'll be the same layout just with new points of interest and obviously a different time because Warzone takes place in present day. So first for multiplayer, let's take a look at what new content we're getting. We're told Naga's forces kept Frank Woods and his CIA strike team busy searching for Russell Adler in the Golden Triangle, buying Stitch the vital time he needed to initiate the next phase of his grand plan. Naga's distraction may yet turn out to be the pivotal action that determines the course of the Cold War. Meanwhile in Russia, two Perseus operatives travel to Mount Yamantau on a mission to recover top secret files from a long forgotten clandestine program for Stitch's cause. Woods and his team gear up to follow the intel uncovered at Naga's base of operations in Laos. All signs point to Verdansk and Adler's fate is in their hands. So that's the main storyline for Season 3. There is also the Hunt for Adler event, which is a limited time event that will task operators with unique in-game challenges on both Cold War and Warzone. You will learn about Adler's whereabouts. Along with that, we have 3 new operators. The first one is Wraith. He is an ex-Norwegian intelligence service alpine warfare specialist turned Perseus agent, where she will make a grand entrance demonstrating her skills in infiltration and sabotage. A vital asset in winter operations, cold-blooded and intolerant of weakness, she's the perfect antagonist to fight against the NATO forces. The second operator is Knight. He's the second member of the deadly Perseus duo responsible for the events at Mount Yamantau, and his name is Roman Knight Grey. Born for the kill, Knight is a Dublin-born former CI6 wet work operative who loves what he does. He joined Perseus to bathe in glory of the chaos they promise, happiest when killing in close quarters. He's a brutal force to be reckoned with. And then the final operative is Antonov. An ex-hitman, Antonov joined the military and serving of extended jail time for his crimes. His expertise as a paid killer makes him an extremely valuable and lethal asset. Distrusted by the Warsaw Pact because of his criminal past, he finds himself assigned to duties no one else wants: bomb defusal and hazmat work. And we're also getting Captain Price in Cold War. We all know this guy, I don't need to explain him. Along with that, this is for zombies and multiplayer, there will be 6 brand new weapons. We have the PPSH-41, a legendary gun. Every time this has been in COD, it's just something you have to use. It's got an incredibly high fire rate, its damage per shot is moderate, high capacity capabilities, which encourages, I guess, an aggressive playstyle. We've also got a new sniper, which is the Swiss K31. This actually sounds pretty decent compared to what we've had recently. It was made for a neutral country ready to rearm for the World War, but now finds itself in the arsenal of the NATO and Warsaw Pact forces. This bolt-action sniper rifle boasts exceptional accuracy, as well as fast reload and aiming speeds, as well as a large ammo capacity. So that sounds good. We also are getting the ballistic knife. I'm surprised this hasn't been in the game since the beginning, because it's not a Black Ops game if we don't have this. And then there is a new tactical rifle which looks really interesting, almost futuristic. This is called the Carve 2. It's a burst fire tactical rifle which joins the ranks of the M16 with its high damage, high bullet velocity output, boasting moderate firepower with a solid recoil control and a large ammo pool. And then finally we have the AMP-63, again another cool looking weapon. This is a personal defense weapon and is a cross between a self-loading pistol and a fully automatic SMG. And then finally, a melee weapon, which is the Bat. Continuing on with multiplayer, there are 4 brand new multiplayer maps and additional features. The first one, which is for 6v6, is Yamantau. I think we all knew this would come to the game eventually. We actually thought it'd be a zombies map because of the whole Ural Mountains thing, but this was also a location in the campaign. Next is Diesel, which is a 6v6, 2v2, and a 3v3 map. If I'm not wrong in saying this is also from the campaign, it's one of the side missions. There is also Standoff, which is 6v6. If you've never played Black Ops 2 for some reason, one of the best Call of Duties ever, this was always a good, well-balanced map, so I'm happy to see this return. And finally we have Dugga or Duga, I don't know how you say it, but that is a new multi-team map. In terms of modes, they are bringing back Sticks and Stones. I say that because Again, if you've never played Black Ops, wager matches in that game were so damn good. This has always been a staple in the Black Ops games, and especially now since they're adding the ballistic knife. We have the whole trio, the crossbow, the ballistic knife, and the tomahawk, which makes sticks and stones, so it makes sense for that to return. And the other new mode is multi-team elimination, which actually sounds pretty interesting. It says the multi-team elimination mode brings the last team standing experience to Black Ops Cold War's biggest maps, where multiple teams of 4 will fight to survive ever-expanding radiation zones. Redeploys will be limited and loadouts will be restricted, so teams will need to scavenge for weapons, score streaks, armour, redeploy tickets and more. Emerge as the last team standing or the first squad to board an exfil chopper in the final safe zone to achieve victory. And finally, finishing off with multiplayer content, there is a new score streak, which is the strafe run, and a new vehicle, which is the cargo truck. So yeah, that's all of the multiplayer content. Now getting into what I'm most interested in is the zombie stuff. Firstly, a new field upgrade, which is called Toxic Growth. We've actually known about this since the beginning of the game back in November. It was leaked, we've known the name of it, but we didn't actually know what it does. So let's take a look. It says, Mother Nature bites back with this new field upgrade in round-based maps and Outbreak, guaranteed to slow down the undead masses. By harnessing Ethereum crystals, Requiem's R&D team has developed Toxic Growth, a field upgrade that summons a deadly growth of toxic thorns in front of the operator. Enemies moving through it have their movement speeds halved and suffer toxic damage until they exit the affected area. Through the use of Ethereum crystals, operators can upgrade Toxic Growth to give it more charges, double its damage, and even cause enemies who perish from its growth to explode. So that sounds good. I always use Ether Shroud. It's just a nice backup to have in case you're about to go down, but maybe this can compete with it, or it's something I use now and again. Let me know your guys' thoughts about that in the comment section below. Then we have a new Outbreak region, which is Dugger. The Dark Ether story comes to a fever pitch in Season 3 as Requiem expands its operations in Russia, keeping the Horde at bay as you and your squad fight through the massive new Dugger region set in the Jura Mountains, packed with new documents, audio logs, radio transmissions, and hidden artifacts throughout the Outbreak zone. Uncover new secrets of the Dark Ether as the stage is set for the events yet to come. And then we have two new vehicles, the FAV and the cargo truck. I've just spoken about the cargo truck, but as for the FAV, this stands for the high speed fast attack vehicle, which as you can see has a machine gun on top, so you can gun down the undead. And then the last three things for zombies, I guess. New Outbreak world events and features. It says experience new interactive events throughout the Jura Mountains to earn in-game rewards. For the first time in Outbreak, gain access to upgrade the DIE machine wonder weapon. Unlock the powerful ether tool by destroying fury crystals. Discover the secret to warping ahead to higher difficulty regions even faster, and more. So now instead of those early rounds or waves, whatever you want to call them, where they can be quite boring and also really easy, going from 1 to 2, 3, 4 and whatever, we can now use the ether tool to skip rounds, so perhaps we can go from round 2 to round 5 and then to round 10 instead of going up one by one. And we can also upgrade the dime, so the upgrades that we had in D machines such as the Nova 5 gas or the electricity one, we can now access them again using the ether tool in Outbreak. Treyarch also mentioned expanded Outbreak objectives. Outbreak objectives are now active in more locations than ever before in Season 3. Encounter the defend, retrieve and holdout missions in more regions for even more variety in every Outbreak match. I'm not really too sure why they would mention something like this. They're just adding the objectives to different parts of the maps. I don't really count that as new content. And the final new piece of zombies content is, well, it only applies to half of you guys because this is for Onslaught, where the new multiplayer maps will be added, so Yemen Tower and Standoff, there'll be new intel as well. So in my opinion, although I don't play it too much, I think that's quite a lot of content for multiplayer. 3 6v6 maps, one of them can also be played on 2v2 and 3v3, a new multi-team map, a new score streak, sticks and stones, some big updates and changes coming to Warzone. But in terms of zombies content, it's literally nothing. A new field upgrade, which is always good, but in terms of unique content, that's about it. We were told by Treyarch that in Season 3 we'd be getting a main Easter egg quest added to Outbreak, but there's no mention of that in this roadmap. There's also no mention of a actual round-based zombies map. All we're getting is a new Outbreak region, which is Dugger, which is actually taken from the campaign. And if you've never played multiplayer, all of the Outbreak maps are taken from that. They're not actually unique to zombies. So where is the zombies map and the Easter egg? Well, in terms of the Outbreak Easter egg, it seems like that's been delayed. Someone over on Twitter called Kevin Drew, who is the lead system designer on Cold War Zombies, someone asked him, where is the Outbreak Easter egg quest for Season 3? And he replied, we are working hard on it. It will be out during Season 3, just not at the start. So my best guess is it's coming in Season 3 Reloaded. Maybe it could come before that or even after, towards the end of Season 3. A season lasts for 2 months. Season 3 Reloaded won't be for another month yet, which is an awfully long time to wait. So we probably have a month to 2 months to wait before we get the Outbreak Easter egg. And as for the next zombies map, which we know is Berlin, again because it's not mentioned in the roadmap, I can only assume it's coming in Season 3 Reloaded. But if that's the case, that would mean we'd get 2 main Easter eggs pretty much on the same day, or maybe a few days apart, or whatever they do. I can't see that happening, so it could be that our next round-based zombies map doesn't come in Season 3, and actually it's in Season 4, which is very, very disappointing because that's virtually 0 zombies content for Season 3. My other main problem with Outbreak is, well, once the Easter egg is added to that mode, and when people have completed it after a few hours or a day at max, then what is the point of adding new maps to Outbreak? At what point do they stop? Because you only play an Outbreak map for, 10 minutes, you complete the mission, and then you warp to the next location. The maps are pretty empty. Other than doing the objective, that's it. You don't play on those locations for very long. So after we've completed the main Easter egg, at what point do you stop adding Outbreak maps? Because it doesn't really add any new content. Yes, it's a new location, but there's nothing new or unique to do than any of the other maps. I would also ask, is Outbreak taken away from them focusing on actual round-based zombies maps? Because even though the Outbreak maps are taken from the campaign and multiplayer, they don't have to do much in terms of that, but they've still got to add in the zombies mechanics and the spawn locations. Could that time be better spent on the actual survival maps? I just think after Duggar, after we have the Outbreak Easter egg, is there any point in them actually spending their time on adding more Outbreak maps when it doesn't actually add much content, in my opinion? So the Outbreak Easter egg is delayed. There is no news of an actual survival map. For zombies, there is nothing unique here, nothing new, except from the field upgrade. I don't know, for zombies players and what I've been seeing a lot of people saying on Twitter, there's no new content. We haven't really had anything for quite a long time. I think Outbreak came out, was it at the beginning of Season 2? For Season 2 Reloaded, we didn't have much, just Sanatorium. But like I said, the Outbreak maps, you play for 10 minutes and then you go on to the next location. I don't think adding more maps is the right way to go. We've already got quite a few in the game as it is. How about new Easter eggs and new things to actually do on those maps that we already have, instead of just porting more from multiplayer in the campaign? Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Are you excited because on April the 22nd, Season 3 will begin?